Through the conflicts and losses in his life, Ethan realized that the true legacy a person leaves behind is not material, but love, compassion, and the positive impact on others. Let us know where you're watching from. Now, relax and enjoy this amazing story. Linda Johnson, a 68-year-old woman with gray hair and tired blue eyes, looked out the window watching the golden leaves fall from the trees in the adjacent park. Her wrinkled hands clutched a handkerchief embroidered as a gift from her late husband, Robert. Linda was a respected figure in the local community, having dedicated her life to teaching at an elementary school in the Leslieville neighborhood. Now, confronted with a diagnosis of terminal pancreatic cancer, she found herself alone, abandoned by her only son, Ethan, 6 months ago. Meanwhile, miles away in a modern office in Los Angeles, Ethan Johnson, a 35-year-old man with neatly trimmed brown hair and an expensive suit, was ending a video call. His face, a younger version of Linda's, was tense. Ethan called his assistant, Olivia. "There's a call for you. It's from Dr. Williams's office in New York." Olivia said from the door, "Dr. Williams? My mother's oncologist? He says it's urgent." Reluctantly, Ethan took the call. As he listened, his face grew pale. "I understand. Yes, thank you for letting me know, doctor," he said before hanging up. Ethan stood still for a moment, absorbing the news. His mother had only a few weeks left. Guilt and regret began to weigh on him, mixed with a feeling of embarrassment. That night, in his luxurious apartment overlooking the Los Angeles harbor, Ethan opened a bottle of expensive whiskey. As he poured a glass, his eyes fell on a framed photo on the shelf. Him as a child with his parents in front of the family home. In New York. The phone rang, interrupting his thoughts. It was Sophia, his girlfriend. "Hey love, how was your day?" "Sophia, I got news about my mom. It's not good." "Oh, Ethan, how long?" "Weeks. Maybe I don't know what to do. It's been months since I talked to her." "Ethan, you need to go see her. No matter what happened between you two, she's your mother." Sophia's words weighed heavily on Ethan. He knew she was right, but fear and shame paralyzed him. What if it's too late? What if she doesn't forgive me? You'll never know if you don't try. Think about it, okay? I'm here if you need to talk. After hanging up, Ethan stared out the window, watching the city lights. On the flight to New York, Ethan couldn't sleep. He kept replaying in his mind what he would say to his mother. How would he apologize for months of silence? How would he explain his behavior? Arriving at New York John F. Kennedy Airport, Ethan took a taxi straight to the hospital. His heart pounded as he rode the elevator to the oncology floor. In the hallway, he encountered Nurse Sarah exiting Linda's room. "Can I help you?" I'm Ethan Johnson, Linda's son." Sarah's eyes widened in recognition, a mix of surprise and what seemed like disapproval. "Mr. Johnson, your mother, she asks for you every day. Don't waste the time you have left." At the same time, Ethan met Dr. Williams as he stepped out. "Mr. Johnson, I'm glad you came. Your mother, well, I think it's best if we talk privately." Following the doctor to a private room, he braced himself for the worst. "Mr. Johnson, your mother's condition has worsened significantly in the last 12 hours. I'm afraid we're talking about days, not weeks." But you said weeks. I thought I would have more time." "Cancer is unpredictable, Mr. Johnson. Your mother is conscious, but weak. I suggest you make the most of the time you have left." With trembling legs, Ethan went to Linda's room. He paused at the door, watching his mother. She looked so small and fragile in the hospital bed, so different from the strong woman he remembered. Linda slowly turned her head, her eyes widening at the sight of Ethan. "Ethan, is that really you, dear?" Her voice, weak but full of love, broke something inside Ethan. He rushed to her side, dropping to his knees beside the bed. "Mom, I'm so sorry, so much." It's okay, my love. You're here now. That's all that matters. For a long moment, they stayed like that, Ethan crying silently while Linda comforted him, just as she had when he was a child. Finally, Ethan composed himself enough to speak. Mom, I was an idiot. Selfish. I should have been here. I should have. Ethan, look at me. We all make mistakes. What matters is what we do to fix them. As the day went on, Ethan stayed by Linda's side. They talked about the past, shared stories, and most importantly, began to heal the wounds of the past few months. During a lull in their conversation, Linda picked up the unfinished letter from the bedside table. I started writing this for you yesterday, she explained, handing the paper to Ethan with trembling hands. Ethan read the few lines written. My dear son, if you're reading this, it probably means that I am already gone. There are so many things I want to say, so many regrets I want to express. But above all, I want you to know that I love you unconditionally and forever. Ethan's voice faltered as he looked at his mother, seeing all the love and forgiveness in her eyes. Ethan, there's something I need to tell you about the house, about the inheritance. Mom, none of that matters right now. I just want to be here with you. It does matter, dear, because what I did, well, I think it will change a lot of things. Ethan, dear, about the house and the inheritance, I donated it all. Everything. Donated? But to whom? Why? To the community, Ethan. I turned our house into a shelter for homeless families. The rest of the assets, well, they are now part of a foundation to help underprivileged children access education. Ethan was stunned, unable to fully process what he was hearing. The family home, a lifetime savings, everything he had expected to inherit, that he had unconsciously counted on as part of his future, was gone. But Mom, why didn't you tell me? Why do this without... Oh, Ethan, I tried to tell you that last time we saw each other, remember? But you were so focused on selling the house, on turning everything into money. The memory of that heated argument came back vividly to Ethan. He had yelled at his mother, accusing her of being too sentimental, of not understanding the real value of things. I'm sorry, Mom, I was an idiot. No, dear, you were lost. But see, that's the beauty of it all. Now, our family's legacy won't be measured in dollars, but in lives transformed. Ethan closed his eyes, feeling a confusing mix of emotions. Shame for his past greed, admiration for his mother's generosity, and a growing sense of liberation. You know, your grandmother always said that true wealth is in what we give, not in what we keep. I think I finally understand what she meant. At that moment, Nurse Sarah entered the room. Sorry to interrupt, but Mrs. Johnson needs to rest a bit. Ethan nodded, kissing his mother's forehead before leaving. In the days that followed, Ethan stayed by his mother's side, splitting his time between the hospital and visits to the family's old house, which was now being transformed into a shelter. During one of these visits, he met Chloe, Linda's former student, who was now helping with the legal aspects of the donation. Your mother is incredible, you know. The impact this will have, it's hard to even measure, Chloe said as they walked through the garden of the house. Ethan nodded, looking at the house he once expected to inherit. You know, I used to think success meant having the highest salary, the most expensive car, the apartment with the best view. But now you're seeing the world through Mrs. Johnson's eyes. I guess so. In the days that followed, Ethan threw himself into the shelter project. He used his business skills to help structure the foundation, worked with Chloe on the legal aspects, and even rolled up his sleeves to help with the house renovations. One afternoon, while painting one of the rooms in the future shelter, Ethan received a call from the hospital. His heart raced. It was time to return to his mother's side. On the way to the hospital, Ethan reflected on the past few days. The anger and resentment he had carried for so long had dissipated, replaced by deep admiration and a burning desire to honor his mother's legacy. Entering Linda's room, he found Dr. Williams and Nurse Sarah already there. The look on their faces said it all. Ethan rushed to his mother's side, holding her hand. "I'm here, Mom. I'm here." Linda smiled, her eyes shining with love and peace. "Ethan, my dear son, you made me so happy. Promise me. Promise me you'll continue the work we started." "I promise, Mom. I promise." Linda closed her eyes, satisfied. "Then it's all right. I'm ready to go now." The days following Linda's death were a blur for Ethan. The funeral was a celebration of her life, with hundreds of former students, colleagues, and community members coming to pay their respects. His mother's impact struck Ethan in so many lives. 2 weeks after the funeral, Ethan was back in Los Angeles, sitting in his office at Tech Fusion. His laptop was open, displaying unread emails and pending reports. But his mind was miles away in New York. Ethan decided to resign. For the following month, he completed all the work related to his position. When Sophia found out, she not only didn't blame him, but also supported him. In the weeks that followed, Ethan poured all his energy into the charity work with Chloe's help. He used his business skills to develop programs, fundraisers, and expand the reach of the work his mother had started. One day, while working at the shelter, the former family home now transformed, Ethan received an unexpected visit. "Ethan?" The familiar voice made him turn. It was Sophia, standing at the entrance, looking around with admiration. "Sophia, what are you doing here?" "Well, you've been talking so much about this place over the past few months. I thought it was time to see it for myself." Ethan hugged her, realizing how much he had missed her. "It's good to see you." As they walked through the shelter, Ethan showed Sophia the changes that had been made, the programs they were implementing, and the plans for the future. "Ethan, seeing you transform and dedicate yourself to something greater than yourself over the past few months, let's just say it made me rethink a few things as well." "What do you mean?" "I requested a transfer to the New York office of my company. If you want me around, of course." Ethan felt his heart swell with love and gratitude. Sophia. A year had passed since Linda's passing. The autumn sun bathed New York in a golden hue, and the leaves on the trees in the park across from the shelter, now known as Linda Johnson House, danced with the gentle breeze. Ethan was standing on the porch, watching the children play in the newly renovated garden. The shelter had grown over the past year, not just in size but in impact. With Sophia and Chloe's help, they had expanded the programs, offering not only housing, but also job training courses, English classes for immigrants, and a mentorship program for youth. And so, under the starry sky of New York, in the shadow of the oak tree, Ethan Johnson finally understood the true meaning of inheritance. It was not wealth or property. It was love, compassion, and the power to make a difference in the lives of others. Linda's inheritance lived not only in the shelter named after her, but also in the transformed heart of her son, and in the countless lives he would touch in the years to come. And for Ethan, this was more precious than any legacy could ever be. Ethan had never listened to Linda's feelings. He only resented her when she disagreed with selling the house. When he learned the truth, he realized how thoughtless he had been. What about you? What do you think of Linda's decision? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, give it a like and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to hear more inspiring stories. Goodbye, and see you soon.